Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is that side character, chapter 45, and this one is titled Kitty Cat Skedaddle. I'm sorry your dad yelled at you, he then added. And did you want me to come with you to the shelter tonight? I want to meet some of the other cats you told me about. You'd come? You asked with delighted surprise. Yes, please, and I want you to meet Lolita. He nodded, and you both headed to school, with you still chatting animatedly about the shelter and the cats there, all negativity from last night and your dad now gone. I think she's happy now, he thought as he listened to you talk. I don't want her to tell her about how she makes me feel, though. How do I even say it without sounding really crude? You were indeed happier after having the chat with Kenma, and the day went quite well. You were so preoccupied with the thoughts of Kenma coming to the shelter that afternoon that you didn't even have time to be daydreaming about anything else. And by 4:30 p.m, you and Kenma were on the doorstep of the local animal shelter, ready for the afternoon shift. We're here, you announced excitedly, gesturing to the door. Kenma looked up at the door with the same expression that he always had, neither dislike nor excitement, just mellow curiosity, like a cat that knew everything, but still had a little bit of interest in some things. Lolita's on the front desk, you said as you pushed the door open and smiled at her. She was a little hesitant to see you again, since your last interaction hadn't been the greatest, but when you stepped through the door with the biggest smile on your face and a boy coming in behind you, she relaxed and gave you her usual warm smile in return. Sunshine, she greeted you, getting up off her seat so she could come around the desk to give you a hug and to meet this new person who was with you. Lolita, this is my Kenma, you said with a big smile on your face. He's also my boyfriend. This is the one. Lolita chuckled happily and gave Kenma a warm look before engulfing him in a giant hug, making his head disappear into her cleavage as she squeezed the life out of him. Welcome, Kenma. I've heard lots of very good things about you, she said, letting him go and patting him on the head. You giggled at his reaction. He looked like a shell-shocked, shy cat that had just been grabbed and manhandled before being let go. The look on his face was priceless. He's here to meet the animals, you said brightly. I'm going to show him the kitties first. Oh, you go do that, gorgeous girl, Lolita said, happy that you had recovered, or so it seemed, from the trauma of having your favourite cat taken away from the shelter. You took Kenma's hand in yours and dragged him to the cat section, gesturing grandly when you entered the room. Here they are, you said, your smile fading a little when your eyes fell on cage 4 that was still empty. There's a lot of cats, Kenma said, letting go of your hand and walking ahead to see the felines better. That's Mondo, you said, smiling at the fluffy white cat as it sat near his empty water bowl. Hold on, I'll just give him some more water. Poor kitty, didn't anyone see that you needed more water? You asked the cat as you opened the cage and got the water bowl out. Usually you have to put fluffy bare hands on, but Mondo's friendly, so I don't need to worry about being scratched by him. You competently went about getting him more water and put the full water bowl back in his cage while Kenma walked along to see the others. What's this one's name? He asked as he crouched down and inspected a black cat with one eye missing, who seemed friendly enough but was a little cautious. Oh, that's Xanax. He's a little bit wild, you said, pointing to the name tag on the cage door with the other information. Sometimes he just goes schizo and runs around, and then passes out, but he's okay. Sounds like you, Kenma said, and you chuckled and pushed your knee into his shoulder to push him off balance a little. Don't be mean, boyfriend, you giggled. He looked up at you with a soft look in his eye, and then stood up and walked along a little bit more. Hartley? He asked, looking at a little kitty with a brown heart-shaped patch over one eye. Yeah, she has diarrhea, you said bluntly. Kenma stepped back from the cage. It's not catching, you laughed. I don't want to get pooped on, he replied. Again you moved along and chatted about the animals, enjoying your time there when all of a sudden you could hear loud talking coming from the direction of the front desk. You looked up towards the door and paused, trying to listen to what was being said. Then the woman from before, the one who had adopted Kenma, stormed into the cat room and glared directly at you. You! She seethed, pointing one manicured finger at you. Where is he? Who? You asked. The cat! She snapped. Confused momentarily, you looked from her to the wall of cats. What do you mean, cat? You asked. Your cat! She snapped again, still pointing at you. Kenma, you gasped. Where is he? So you know he's gone. You admit you stole him away, she accused. What? But you just asked me where he is. What, he's gone? When? What happened? You asked, concerned now. I'll have you arrested for theft, she snapped, angrily flailing her fingers at you. Give him back! I don't know what you're talking about, you yelped with bewilderment. I didn't take him, but if he's lost, then I'm going to go find him. He obviously didn't want to be with you. When did he go missing? You've got him at your place, she said, trying to pin something on you. You can turn my house upside down, you said confidently. He's not there, but if he's run away from you, that means he doesn't like you. So if I find him, then he's mine, you said firmly. Lolita entered at that point and tried to calm everyone down, but you and Rita had well and truly butted heads now, and neither were backing down. Rita was adamant that you took him, but then she switched her story up and started to blame your boyfriend Kenma, who she still didn't even know the name of because she hadn't asked him, claiming that he was an accomplice and that he had the cat at his place. Crazy cat lady? Maybe she's not quite your typical crazy cat lady, but she's crazy and she did have a cat, so I guess that's something. Chapter 46 coming tomorrow. See you then.